Good afternoon. This is the weekly recap of this past week. The week was pretty good. 30 wins, 3 losses, a win rate of 90.91% win rate for the week. I've had a few weeks where I've gone 90%, I believe. And I just don't think I've had a week with this high of a win rate that had as many wins. So, yeah, it was probably one of my best weeks, if not my best. So, if you're not in the room, you need to be. You're missing plays. You're missing good opportunities, and 90% of the traders lose. And you just need to find someone that's doing something right. So obviously, if I'm winning 90% of my trades, that I'm doing something right. So you just need to find what works and what works for you, and build off from it. So with that said, if you want to go to the Discord room, my Discord room, the link is in my bio, so you can join there. So okay, let's just get into it. Now you can see all my trades on Twitter. I post the Discord timestamps, so you can actually see the timestamps of my alerts and stuff, and you can see them in Discord and past alerts section. So if you want to verify anything, you're more than welcome to. So let's start with Monday. Monday, I ended up finishing with 5 wins and 1 loss. And the first one I took was target 129 calls at 83 cents at 9:44 a.m. Now I remember target because on the hourly they had a had an ascending wedge going on right here. So I knew that going into Monday. And then the previous day, which one's Monday? The 3rd, right there. Now I knew if it gapped up, it was probably gonna take off and break out of that ascending wedge. So I usually wait the first 10-minute candle. So that I did. And so after the first 10-minute candle was formed, I went and grabbed it right here, right up above this high. Now the next candle I dipped, I didn't panic, but usually when they gap up, I like to see it open down and fill the gap, then rip, make it like a J hook or a J type of move. But it didn't. The next candle, it started to pop up, so I grabbed it right away. And they ended up going from 83 to 114. So well, it's not a huge pop, but Target doesn't like to move that much sometimes. So sometimes it can move a couple dollars, but usually the average range is right around $1, $1.50, maybe $2. So you're not going to get a huge move. Sometimes I will provide a huge move, but not that day. That was kind of narrow. And like I said, that the week has been pretty choppy with SPY. So the next one was Shaq. I got Shaq 46 puts at 47 cents at 9:51, and this was my first loser for the week. And they had earnings right here. It dropped, and you could see it had like a flag right here, a bear flag. So I waited the first 10-minute candle. The second one was red. It bounced right off this 37 EMA and came down below the VWAP. So I thought for sure it was going to break this little bear flag it had forming here on a. And usually, if Shaq has a history when it does bad on earnings, it ends up going red for a few days. So it just told me that there was a good chance it was going to end up continuation going down. So that's what I did, and it didn't. It reversed and popped, so I ended up taking a loss on that. So yeah, that wasn't a very good one. But like I said, it wasn't a bear flag, and Shaq has a history of just falling apart. So after earnings, so but it is what it is. BA and SPY are the next ones. I don't know why I always type that, but I do. Okay, where is SPY? The 3rd. Yeah, so you can see, look at the tight ranges on SPY. It's ridiculous. Okay, right there. And let's see. BA. Now, on BA, I grabbed 170 calls at 67 cents, and they went to $2.44. Now, the reason I got this is that I've been expecting BA to make a violent move on the hourly, because let's see, TOS has been loading really slow all week long. I don't know why. See, BA has just been going down. It's just been continuing down. I thought last Friday it was going to break out of this, and it didn't. So as soon as I got over this like 157 area, I knew it was going to take off, and exactly did that. So I ended up grabbing the 270 calls at 67 cents at 10.45, which was about right here, right over when it broke over this 20 EMA, and it popped. So that was a very good play on BA. I was waiting for that all week too. And next one was SPY 329 puts at 11:50 a.m., which was right about, right here. Now, let's see. Yeah, we got the SPY 329 puts at 58 cents. And they only went to 70 cents. Well, the reason I grabbed them here is because it double topped right here on the 10-minute. I always use a 10-minute time frame in the hourly for the most part. When it double topped here, I grabbed puts for a little scalp, and it did go from 58 cents to 70 cents. Not a huge move, but you got to take what you can get, and the market's just not going to give too much to you lately. So that was. Then I grabbed SPX. The last two plays of the day on Monday, which was right here. Now I grabbed the 32.85 puts at $1.25 at 142, which was right here when it made this red candle. As you got right here, rejected. Then we got the double top right here and rejected. Then it came back up and went above it just a little bit. Then it started to reject back down, and when it did, I grabbed the 32.85 puts at 125, and they ended up going to $1.60. I remember this little quick move right there. Then it popped right back up, and when it popped right back up, I came back and retested this area because it went up here, it broke down, and it came back and retested. Now when it came back and retested this area again, I'm rejecting it for like the fourth time. So you got 1, 2, 3, and 4. When it came up to retest this area again, I grabbed the 32.85 puts again, and what time was that the second time? 2:09. Yeah. 2:09. Wait, so I grabbed him right here. Okay. I see what happened. Yeah, I forgot this. Okay, I didn't grab that. I gotta go back. I gotta look at the time steps. The first 32.85 puts at 125. I got right here, and this is the drop right there. This drop, for some reason I thought it was right in here, but no, this is the little drop. It went from 125 to 160, this little drop right here. Then when it got back up here again, this is when I reloaded at 120 again. Then it just kept up here, then it dropped, and I ended up breaking even, close to even. I got out at I bought them at 120, and I got out at 125. So yeah, this was the area that for some reason I thought it was this, but no, it was this right here, because you guys, like I said, right there, and then it had struggle come over here. When it came up here, I grabbed it, scalped it. Then when it popped up here again, I grabbed it again, and then I held through this move because it's like Monday was expiration day on SPX SPY, so it's a lotto, so it's either hero or zero. So, and when it did make this big drop, that I got out at 125, and I only made like $50. I mean, no, it's nothing, but it just shows you that just in this time frame, a half an hour right here, that it just killed the play. The theta only takes a couple 10-minute candles, and at the end of the day, and it just wrecks it. So it probably, if I had happened to grab it and it just dropped, made this candle right here. That probably would have gone 100% in this little green candle. Red candle right here. So it is what it is. But move on to Tuesday. Tuesday was, I gotta pay attention to the timestamp sometimes. I just get ahead of myself. Okay, the first one was Apple. And then it was Target again. Target I grabbed again. Now on Tuesday I ended up finishing with, let's see, 8 wins. So that was a solid day. But it was I scalped a lot of places. I mean, Tuesday was a very scalping day. Okay, Target right here. Target was a continuation move. I'll back it out just a little bit so you can see. Okay, and Apple, the 4th is right there. Now Apple, I mean, you have the earnings run right here, and it just made it this ascending wedge right here, a descending triangle right here after the earnings. So I was expecting this to actually come down and actually dump, but it didn't. So I grabbed it at open, assuming that it was going to continue this move right here. So underneath 435, I had a feeling it was just going to dump. So I grabbed it. I got in 415 puts at 96 cents, and it failed to dump. So I scalped it for literally like a couple pennies, and I'm glad I got out when I did, because it popped, and it just, as you can see, it just kept going sideways. It didn't want to give up that area, and to me it just seemed like it was overbought. So that wasn't a very good play. I mean, I got it, I think, like 5 or 6 cents out of it, and I scalped all day Tuesday. Tuesday was a scalping day, and that's what I've been trading. It's just, you gotta take what you can take before it turns into a loser, and the market just does a number on you. So the next one was Target. I had Target 129 calls at 84 cents. I like to stick to options that are right around 50 cents to $1. And they're not too far out of the money. And if they are too far out of the money, if I know the stock really well, like if it's Roku, I'll go out far out of the money, but I know Roku will move. I mean, Roku has a strong day; it's going to move $10 easily. So, and same with Netflix and BA. So, but stocks like Facebook, except Facebook had a huge run this week, but usually Facebook doesn't usually move that much. I mean, usually like $3. So when you go too far out of the money on a day, it's not going to. You're not going to get such a huge play. So, anyways, getting off track. But anyways, Target 129 calls at 84 cents. Now this was Monday, and I was expecting a continuation move. I got it at 10 o'clock, which was right here. This breakout through VWAP. It went sideways and made like a little ascending wedge right here, but as soon as it broke these 2 previous candles through VWAP, I grabbed the 129 calls at 84 cents, and they ended up going to $2.03 right here. So it did provide a 100% move on that one. That was a good one. Then looks like I had SPY and BA. Okay. BA on the 4th. Okay, at SPY. Now the reason, let's go to SPY first before I talk about BA. The 4th, right here. So you can see all these lines, all these important lines, important pivots on SPY. So I grabbed SPY puts at $1.02 at 10.18, which I'm probably going to believe it's right here. Yeah, right there. It got over the, let me just back this out just a little bit. Now, as you can see, the previous day, I always look at the previous day. I had trouble in this area at 329.30. So when I made this little red candle right here, I grabbed the puts on SPY, and it provided a nice little drop. It did go from $1.02 to $1.22 in this little drop. So I could have probably traded SPX, but usually XPX Wait a minute. What is the 4th? The 4th is a Tuesday. No, I wouldn't have traded SPX on a Tuesday because it's too expensive. But anyways, yeah, $2 to $22 on SPY. And BA, I got 175 calls at 94 cents at 1032. Now 1032, which was right here, right off the bounce off of the 20 EMA. I mean, it didn't go much because, I mean, this was the first day it turned around on Monday. So, I mean, I was looking at from the previous day that I should have grabbed it down here, but I was too busy looking at Target. But right here would have been the perfect time to buy it because it popped up, it came back and retested this level, this 163 area, then popped again. Now, but when it rejected the RCT trend line, it pulled back, and then when it pulled back, it bounced up to 20 EMA. That's when I grabbed it. But I mean, it didn't provide much of a movement. 94 cents to $1.17. I just scalped it because, you know, the whole day has been nothing but scalping. So I mean, I just had to get in and out. So get to take the green while you can. The market wasn't providing big moves, as you can see. I mean, BA on this day, I mean, it was only trading in a $4 range, which is not much for BA because BA usually trades like, I don't know, $6 to $10 a day. So the range was very tight even for BA. I grabbed SPY puts again, the 328s at 1102, which was probably up here. Yeah, right at this rejection. Yeah, I remember this. Now, it came up here and retested this 329.60 area, rejected, and I grabbed the red candle right here off the rejection because it had a nice long tail candle going into resistance. So then it just chopped and it finally dropped right there. But I mean, sometimes you just gotta let it play out. And as long as it stayed underneath this level, I was okay with holding it. And plus, it was a lotto, so actually, no, it's not a lotto. I keep thinking, for some reason, I keep thinking this is Wednesday. It's Tuesday. Expirations are a lotto days. But it did go from, let's see, 91 cents to $1.14. So, I mean, because it's Tuesday and it's not expiration day, theta is not as bad. So it did work out pretty good. Then I had Netflix. Okay, I had Netflix and Kodak. Now, I remember Kodak. Netflix, Kodak. This is going to end up being a long video, so bear with me. Because there's like 30 trades I need to go over. Netflix, right there. Okay, now Netflix, I grabbed 480 puts at 93 cents, 1207. 1207. Yeah, I grabbed it going through VWAP right here. You see, it popped up, it came back and retested this area, rejected. I probably should have grabbed it right there, but I was probably in something else. Then it came up here and rejected it again, and I got it through the push through VWAP. So that's why I grabbed Netflix. I mean, just the moves are very limited this day on Tuesday. So I mean, it went from 93 cents to $1.05 just in this little push down. Now the next one was Kodak's. Kodak's was got 12 puts at 75 cents at 12.38, and this was right here in this little descending wedge. And Kodak was getting under, had news about SEC investigation on the insider transaction. Somehow he managed to get a bunch of options, and before it popped huge, and now it's in question. So there's an investigation, and that's why we grabbed the puts on the news. And normally I don't play that, but SEC investigations usually do a number on stocks, and I grabbed the 12 puts for 75 cents at 75 cents, and they ended up going 100% to $1.55 in this little move. I mean, it was a nice little descending triangle right here, so it was a good move. The last one of the day was SPY puts. Now I grabbed SPY puts 87 cents at what time? 142. 142 is probably right here. Yeah, right there. As you can see, it came up here. It broke out over here, and you can see there's a head and shoulders. I mean, there's a left shoulder, there's a head, and this is a right shoulder. But I got it right. What time was it? 142. So yeah, I got it right in this little drop. Now, I saw the head and shoulders forming. So, you know, there's the left, there's the head, and here's the right, potentially. And I thought it was going to slam right here, but it didn't. I was also keeping an eye on that. This was the former support, which is now resistance, and it wicked and wicked here. So I grabbed it here, and it popped up, and it finally did drop. So it did go from 87 cents to $1.41 in this drop. But I was expecting the drop to happen right here, but it didn't. So it still stayed within the head and shoulders pattern and underneath this resistance. So that was a good. Now Wednesday, Wednesday. I didn't trade that much on Wednesday. Okay, I had SPY on Wednesday. Now Wednesday had a big gap up. The first play of the day was BA on Wednesday. This video is going to end up being over 30 minutes long. Sorry, but I just don't have the time to do the recaps every single day, even though it's probably not going to take as long. Let's see. BA, the 5th. Okay, I'll keep this right here so I know. Okay, now SPY. Now this is, I remember, this had a huge gap up, and I was thinking, okay, had a huge gap up, and you get this 332 area of resistance. Pre-market it rejected, so I thought for sure, usually on big gap ups like this, that they'll at least come back and test half, if not the full gap. And as soon as the market opened, I grabbed 331 puts at 69 cents, and it dropped a little bit. I actually was green for a split second, then it popped on me. So I was like, okay, that was my second loss for the week. And I think that's one of the reasons why I didn't trade that much this week, because I started out the day on a bad trade, and sometimes if I do that, I kind of am more cautious. So the next trade was BA. Now remember BA, I got BA 175 calls at 91 cents at 10 o'clock. Now Monday was a reversal day, and I thought Tuesday was going to be a continuation day, but it didn't. It stayed in a tight range, and a descending triangle. Actually, it's more like symmetrical towards the end. Yeah, but it's still held. So with the RCT trend line right above it, as you can see how well it recognizes the RCT trend line on Tuesday. But on Wednesday, it came back and it popped and dropped, and on the RCT trend line, it actually held, and I grabbed it at 10 o'clock. I believed I grabbed it right here. I grabbed it right here because it popped up, rejected, and it started to form. So it was making a small little J hook, a small one. Usually I like to see a little deeper than make a big rip, but it made a tiny little J hook, and I grabbed the calls. They ended up going from 91 cents to $4.15 in this little pop. So they ended up going 300%, which was very good. So this was a nice continuation move. This held really well on Tuesday, considering it was in a narrow range. Now, if this dumped, I probably wouldn't have touched BA, but it did hold very well and did provide a nice little continuation move to the 175. Now, 175 was the area I was looking at on the hourly for this loads. The 200 EMA was right there. I'll have to I'd have to change it. But if you were to take off the pre-market price action, to 200 EMA was at the 175. I called it in the room, said that we got to watch 175. It's a really tough area for BA to break. So then the next one was SPX. I actually had SPX twice because it was at the end of the day on the 5th Wednesday. Now, let's see. I grabbed the 3,300 puts at 80 cents. Now, this was right at what time? 11:43, right here on this little drop. So it consolidated, popped, fake breakout, and I grabbed it right here, and it didn't provide much of a drop. So I mean, what, 80 to 85%? I mean, I got out flat, or at least 5%. I mean, 5 cents. So I mean, I was expecting a bigger move, and when it started to come back up, it's like, okay, I'm done, I'm out. And I did grab it again at the end of day at 3:35. You gotta watch these end of the day plays. I always like when they are up big and they hold. You usually see a nice end of the day dump, and it did. It went from, I grabbed the 320 puts at 50 cents, which was right here at what time did I grab it? Yeah, 3:35. So I think I was a hair too early. Yeah, I grabbed it right here, and just a little drop. They went from 50 cents to 225 in this little drop, and then it just this whole week has been crazy. I mean, every time there's been a red candle, the next green candle has been really big, and it's just it's been insane. It's been a very frustrating week to watch every single red candle get quickly bought up by market makers and the Fed or whatever. It's just that it was very frustrating to watch, but we did get a good move at the end of the day on SPX. Now I have a blackout. If you look at my Twitter, I whited out one play that was Disney, I believe. I had Disney over the weekend. I mean, I swung Disney, which I'll I have to look in the room to see what the timestamp is on that one, because I blacked it out. Okay, now I grabbed Disney. 131 calls at 77 cents. Now, I remember this because I was very salty about this, and I held it, and I probably shouldn't have. But with the market being strong, I knew if the market was strong, Disney was going to follow. Now, I grabbed Disney. You have to probably go in the Discord room to actually see the past alerts, but it doesn't see a time on it. 77 cents. Well, I think I grabbed it. Oh yeah, I grabbed it right here. I remember, because when it popped up, it came back and retested VWAP, and it had made this little green candle. So I thought for sure, because its stochastics was oversold and it was above the 20, and it broke over this 10-minute candle, it was going to rebound and retest highs, and it dropped, then chopped, and it killed the play. Then it did rebound and become profitable. It did go from 77 cents to $1.55. But back here, it was like at this low, I think if I remember correctly, that the price of the option was like 5 cents. So sometimes, they do rebound, and the market just keeps going up. I mean, just the whole theme for the last few weeks is that the market's just going to keep going up. It's going to be green every day, and they're going to turn it green, and they're going to pump it. So Disney's going to, as long as Disney follows the market, it's going to rebound. So it did. So the next one was let's see, I had Roku and BA, and then when. Okay, Roku, BA. Now I had Roku puts, yeah, because they had earnings, and BA was calls. Okay, now Roku had earnings, and just like Shaq, it had a bear flag right here going through pre-market, and when it opened, I grabbed puts right away. I grabbed the 95 puts, and they ended up going from 95 cents to $1.81 right here. So I got in on the opening candle, looking for this break of the bear flag in pre-market, and it did. Then it popped up and it just went sideways, and it, as you can see, it made a descending triangle right here, right there. You can see it going down. It's flat, so that did provide a nice move. It did break the bear flag, and you just had to wait it out. Sometimes you just gotta let the chart play out. Why did I put BA up? Yeah, because that's next. For some reason, I'm looking at the timestamps are different than what I put up. But anyways, okay, so BA 182.50 calls. I grabbed at 10 o'clock, and it looks like I grabbed it right here. Little J hook pop right there. Back it up just a little bit. It's just yeah, I'm looking at the previous day. You can see when it popped, it came back down here, tested VWAP and popped up, and look right here. Previous day, it held that 171.50 area, then it just popped up. I waited for it to push through VWAP and grabbed it for that little pop. So I've been looking a lot at the previous day because it respects the previous day's support and stuff like that, and the previous day close. So gotta keep an eye on that. So when it did make this small little J hook, I grabbed the 182.50 calls at 70 cents, and they ended up going from why did I not post that? I must have forgot that one. But anyways, I'm not quite sure how far they went on that one, but you know, if I had to guess, they probably went to at least $1. So on this little push right there. So that was like a nice little J hook push. Next one was Win. Now I remember playing Win twice that day. Which day was it? 7.6 right there. Now let's see. I grabbed Win puts, 74 puts at 70 cents at 10.16, which is probably right here. Now I remember that. Oh yeah, what was it? I think it was on the hourly. Yeah, see, I was looking right here on the hourly that the 75 area is very tough for Win, and plus the 200 moving average is at 75. So I went based off that, and I grabbed the puts right in here, and it did pop a little on me, and I held it. I actually got it right. Let's see, 10.16. So I actually grabbed it right in here. Right in here is where I grabbed it. That's right. I waited for the 76. So I did grab it right in here, and it did go from 70 cents to 91 in this little drop to VWAP. Now I got out because, you know, it came back and tested VWAP. I like to get out, you know, on like the VWAPs or the EMAs, because that's where you see the bounces. You see the bounces off the VWAP or the 20 or the 37, the 200 or the RCT trend line. You got to keep an eye, because that's where algos will jump in and they'll buy it. So then I ended up grabbing the 74 puts again at 62 cents right here. Same area. When it got over 76 again, I grabbed it for this little scalp right here. They went from 62 cents to 86. So I take what you can get, and I'm glad I did get out right there, because 220 EMAs right there, the VWAP, so they're all clustered together right there, and it popped hard. So you got to take what you can. This is the third loss. This was Facebook. Now this one, I was not expecting Facebook to make a huge run like it did. I grabbed the 255 puts at 75 cents, which is right at 12 o'clock. So it was right about right here. I remember it was right in the 262 area. Now I was thinking, this is up from 250 to up $12 on on news, and I thought, okay, we're gonna have some pullback, some kind of exhaustion, and it didn't. I mean, it did. I had it right here, and it did pull back right there, but it did not. It wasn't enough to make it green. So my put's green. So, and then it popped again, and I just ended up taking a loss up here. So I'm glad it did. I was not expecting Facebook to just keep raging. I thought it was gonna at least pull back, but it just went straight up. And then I took BA twice. Oh yeah, I remember this on Thursday. BA had okay, now BA I grabbed 167.50 puts at 117, which was probably right here. You have a descending, because remember the J hook in the morning, a J hooked up, we grabbed that, then it started forming a underneath VWAP, that 20 EMA, a descending wedge, and I got puts off from that. So they went from 50 cents to 75 right here, and I got out quick on this little drop because I just don't know how far it's going to go, and it just took my green and got out. Then I'm glad I did, because literally like 5 minutes later they came out with news where they travel restrictions were lifted. So as soon as I heard that news, I flipped and went to the calls immediately. So the 177.50 calls at 76 cents right on that news. That's why it was right here. It probably would have gone down more, but right here it popped off from that news. And I was thinking, okay, they're going to lift travel restrictions. It's going to benefit the airlines the most. So I grabbed Boeing right off that. So 177.50 calls at 76 cents went to $1.10 just in this pop. I mean, I figured the pop, excuse me, the pop would be bigger on that news, but it wasn't. So I was disappointed. I mean, I thought for sure we're going to have new highs on BA, but the news was very, very weak. And but oh well, it is what it is. You can only take what the market's going to give you. So then we have Friday. Now Friday I had 7 wins and no losses. Like I said, this was an outstanding week, probably the best week I've had. I started with Facebook calls and then Roku. No, okay, I'll keep Roku up, back it out a little bit. Facebook. Now Facebook, you know, like I said on Thursday, I shorted when it was so strong, and so when it got up and broke over this 266 area, as you can see, this white line is the previous day close. When it broke above that, I grabbed calls immediately, and they went from 80. I got the 270 calls at 80 cents, and this is Friday. So the thing I love about Fridays is that options are really cheap on expiration day, and if you can't trade expiration day options, you need to get rid of your broker and find one that lets you. That's where you make these monster moves, because options are so cheap, and at the money options are so close to where price action is. So if there's any slight volatility, they're gonna skyrocket on the whole day. Friday, yesterday, all the options were just massive movers. So right here, went through the push through the previous day close of a 266. They went from 80 cents to $9.22 just in this move. So now the next one I had was Roku, because I was so in Facebook, I was watching Roku, and now see Roku right here, have this line. This is the previous support before earnings on Roku. So, but when I saw Roku spiking right here, I wanted to grab it, but I was so focused on Facebook that I didn't grab it, and then I watched it keep going and going and going. I was like, okay, this is ridiculous. I should have took Roku. That would have been another massive play that I missed, but I said in the room I wanted to take it, and I just didn't. I don't know if anyone in the room did or not. I don't remember. But the next play was I grabbed Roku 162 puts at $1.16. Now I grabbed it here because, like I said, Roku just had bad earnings and it struggles in this 165 area. And I said in the room, if it gets up to 165, that's the area that they grab puts. And I did, and I grabbed it at 1054, which was 10.54 is right there. Right when I got to this area, I grabbed it, and they went from $1.16 to $8.25, 700% move. So this was Facebook's was 1,000% move, and this was a 700% move on Roku if you held the whole way on both of them. Now XPX was the next one. Now XPX on Friday, I grabbed 3.25 puts at $1.10 at 11.03, which was right here. As you can see, the previous day close, it came up and rejected. I grabbed the 3.25 puts right there. 3,325 puts on SPX. They went from $1.10 to let's see, $5.20 just in this little move right here. So actually this whole move right there if you held, but it would have been a good little scalp if you like got right here and sold and got here and sold, so you could have had a couple good new moves. The next one was BA. Let's see. Okay, I grabbed BA puts at 145, which was right here. I saw the descending wedge, and I grabbed the 170 puts at 57 cents. And I remember when I saw this little pattern, this little descending pattern, the 170 puts was at the money, because I got it right about right here. Because at that point in time, the price was right around 170 and 20 cents. And the 170 puts were at 57 cents. I mean, all it needs to do is drop 20, 30 cents, and they're gonna like pop. And so that's why I like Fridays. You know, at the money, BA loves to move it. Even if it moved like 50 cents, these little puts at the money of BA were gonna rock it. So that was another good play. That went from 57 cents to $1.51 right here. I mean, they went 150% just in this little drop, just from 170 to 169. I mean, $1 move, and they almost doubled. I mean, almost tripled. So that was a good move on BA. Then I grabbed Roku calls, 155 calls. Now, this is the previous day close, the white line, and when it popped up, which I was very angry that I missed, and we got the drop down, and I said that if it gets to 154 area, I'm grabbing calls. And plus, at that point in time, that was my last play of the day, and I had 29 wins. I was like, I want a nice little 30-win week. I want to grab. I just played it for the sake of trying to get one more win to make my number go up to 30. So I have a nice fat round number of 30 wins for the week. And I said that this would be a good play if it got to the 154. Because it went from 154 to 165 and back down and lost all its gains. So I figured a dead cat bounce right here. And at this point in time, when it was at 154, and the puts, the 155 calls were at 67 cents. And Roku, when it makes a reversal, it usually makes a really violent reversal. And with calls being at the money and cheap, and all it needs to do is just move like 50 cents to $1, which for Roku on its violent reversals, like look right here, this violent reversal doesn't even need to take much. And this little reversal right here went from 66 cents to $1.84. It almost went to $2. I mean, that's just gone 150%, almost tripled right here, just at the money. Call. So Roku has a history of making violent moves on oversold conditions. So I grabbed that at the end of the day. Now I have two more that I have a challenge account going, and the challenge account is 100% lottos. So basically what happens is on expiration days, I didn't take it Monday and Wednesday because the market was too choppy, and I need to make sure that there's going to be a big enough move for it to go 100%, because the thing I have is that the option needs to go 100% or it's a loss. Even if it's profitable, it still has to hit 100%. So it's 100%, hero, zero. So the first one was Netflix on the play. Oops, I did that, Netflix. Now Netflix I grabbed right here at 9:56 a.m., which was, I think, right at this drop right here. Now, the reason I grabbed it, I've been saying in the room all week long, this thing, based on, I mean, first of all, I had head and shoulder, yeah, I had a small head and shoulders right here, I guess you want to look at it like that, but left, right, head. But anyways, I've been saying after ER, this thing does not belong over 500. And when it finally showed weakness on Friday, I was like, okay, maybe I'll finally get a big push, and I'll put this in the challenge account. So I grabbed it right here at 9:56 on this push below this candle for a breakdown, and I got it at 61 cents. And it had to go 100%, but this was very nerve-wracking because right in here, it killed the option, because if it actually fell below 500 right here, I would have gone 100% real fast, but it didn't hit the 100% right here. It chopped the premium to death right here. Then it finally made the push, and I got my 100%. And that Netflix ended up going from 61 cents to $8.50 on this push down. So that was another 1,000% move. Now, Win was the other one on my challenge account that I have that had to go 100%. And Win, same thing. I grabbed it at let's see, what time did I grab that? 11:37 or 11:37, which was right here. Okay, I remember this because it had this big run up. Then right here, you see this previous day's support, which became resistance here and here. I should have shorted it right here, but I wasn't sure if it was actually going to reject and stop falling apart. So right when it made the double bottom right here, that's when I grabbed it. And if it broke, I knew that if it broke this previous day's low and the 200 EMA, it was gonna provide a nice big dump to probably 72. But it didn't. It popped a VWAP. And like I said, with my challenge account, it needs to go 100% or it's a loss. Then it rejected, and it didn't make the 100%. I had a sell order already prepared. And because I got it at 44 cents, I think my sell order was at 90 cents. And it went to $1, so I got out with 100%. So I did have 2-0 on my challenge account. And if you want to know more about my challenge account, you need to go to Discord and be a member to see that, because that's for members only. But that's it for the week. It was a flawless day yesterday. One of the best trading weeks I've had, if not the best. You need to be in the room or you're going to miss big plays. And so that's going to do it for this. Oh, wow. This recap video is almost 50 minutes long. Wow. Sorry for it. This is a long video, but I had a lot to cover, a lot of trades to cover. So hopefully this helped. And next week, hopefully, will be another great week. And thanks for watching.